Hi children, how are you all? All are happy? Yes? And all are healthy? Okay. Be happy and be healthy too. God bless you. Children, in the previous sessions, we have discussed about the inscriptions. पीछे सेशंस में हमने अभिलेखों के बारे में चर्चा की. Because the inscriptions are one of the sources which tell us about the past. For example, if we speak about the Harappan civilization, what did we find? We found that the inscriptions which were found, whatever was written, were not clear. And the inscriptions were written on the surface of the stone, the rocks, pillars, and on the coins. So whatever was written, whatever was found in the remains related to Harappan civilization was not deciphered. जो भी अभिलेख हमें हड़प्पा की खुदाई में प्राप्त हुए उनको पढ़ा नहीं जा सका. तो in the previous session I had told you that if in future, if any inscription which is bilingual found, then we will be able to know about the language of Harappans. मैंने पीछे सेशन में आपको बताया था कि अगर भविष्य में कभी ऐसा कोई अभिलेख प्राप्त होता है जो द्विभाषीय हो, तो उस अभिलेख से हमें हड़प्पा सभ्यता की भाषा और उनसे संबंधित जानकारी प्राप्त हो सकेगी. Clear? And the second point is, last sessions we have discussed about the inscriptions which were found during the Mauryans. Who deciphered it? James Prinsep. Who was he? He was an official in the East India Company. Last session में हम लोगों ने चर्चा किया था कि मौर्यन कालीन अभिलेख जो प्राप्त हुए उसको जेम्स प्रिंसेप ने 1830s में उसका अनुवाद करने में सफलता प्राप्त की. And it was written in Brahmi and Kharoshthi script. With that only we came to know about the most popular ruler Ashoka the Great by the inscriptions of Ashoka. अशोक के अभिलेख जिनका स्पष्टीकरण किया जा सका, उस स्पष्टीकरण से हमें मौर्यकालीन शासकों के बारे में, उनकी प्रशासन व्यवस्था के बारे में सब कुछ, जितना कुछ हमने आज तक पढ़ा है, बीते सेशंस में पढ़ा है, वे सब अभिलेखों से ही संबंधित थे. तो अब प्रश्न उठता है कि आखिर इन अभिलेखों को कैसे उसका अर्थ निकाला गया. How are inscriptions deciphered? Our first topic is how are inscriptions deciphered. अभिलेखों का अर्थ कैसे निकाला गया. So already we have discussed that James Prinsep in 1830s he was able to translate the Brahmi and Kharoshthi script. आरंभ में आपने पहले सुना कि जेम्स प्रिंसेप ने ही ब्राह्मी और खरोष्ठी लिपि में लिखे गए अभिलेख का ट्रांसलेशन किया, अनुवाद किया, जिससे हमें मौर्यकालीन व्यवस्था की जानकारी मिलती है. So how it was done? कैसे? See children, most scripts which were written in modern Indian language, they are derived from ब्राह्मी स्क्रिप्ट। सभी लिपि जो पाई गई वह उनका मूल कहाँ है? ब्राह्मी लिपि में। और अशोकन इंस्क्रिप्शन ब्राह्मी लिपि में लिखे गए थे। सो इन लेट 18th century, with the help of European scholars, they worked hard on it. What did they do? They had taken the help of Indian pandits. उन्होंने भारतीय पंडितों की सहायता ली और जो आधुनिक बंगाली और देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट उन्हें मिली उस पर उन्होंने काम करना आरंभ किया, उसका विश्लेषण करना आरंभ किया। They started investigating. So many of them worked hard. बहुत मेहनत किया गया। तो शायद उन्हें कुछ अक्षरों की जानकारी मिली जो उनकी पहले से जानकारी में थी। The letters which they were able to understand found in those scripts, they were compared to the letters which they already knew. You can see about this in your book in figure 2.15. So many of the scholars, the pandits, they worked very hard. But in 1838, keep in your mind, 1838 AD, we have spoken about 1830s, about the work of James Prinsep. Here the date is mentioned. In 1838, James Prinsep was able to identify the Brahmi script because it is said that it was in the older form of Devanagari script. वह देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट का अभिलेख का से मिलता जुलता था। And then he started translating it. If you see to figure 2.11, you will be able to know about it very clearly. It is mentioned in that how both the letters are nearly similar. Then comes about the खरोष्ठी script. अब हम खरोष्ठी लिपि के बारे में जानेंगे। Yesterday, children, we discussed about the coins which were issued by Indo-Greek kings in Northwest. जो हिंद यूनानी शासकों के द्वारा सिक्के चलाए गए उनके बारे में कल हमने पढ़ा। क्या था उसमें? In that it was that the image of the ruler with the name of the ruler was mentioned on the script. Somewhere it is also written that along with the image of the ruler, something was written on the coin. Some words were depicted on the coins. So when scholars, when they started investigating, what did they find? The Europeans found that on that what was written, it was written in Greek and Kharoshthi script. Of course, the Europeans were aware of the Greek language. About this you can see figure 2.12. Figure 2.12 in your book. इस लिपि के बारे में अपनी बुक में आप फिगर 2.12 अगर देखती हैं तो आपको ये तथ्य स्पष्ट हो जाता है। So the Europeans were aware of the Greek language. यूनानी भाषा से वे परिचित थे। So when it was written in both the languages, what did they do? They compared the Greek language with the next language which was written on the coin, and the next language was it was of Kharoshthi script. So both the languages were written. So they started comparing and then they found easy to know about what was inscribed on the coins. So in this way we came to know about the inscriptions which were found on the rocks, pillars as well as on the coins, which really help us to tell about the past. Now our next topic is, this was the first, limitations right children, limitations of inscriptional evidence. Limitation of inscriptional evidence. Our second topic is limitations of inscriptional evidence, means अभिलेखीय साक्ष्य की सीमाएं. Now we'll see that whatever we found, how it was deciphered, how far we can believe on it. We have to believe, we have to trust whatever is written. But do the historians believe in the same way? क्या इतिहासकार भी इसे 100% सत्य मानते हैं? अगर नहीं तो क्यों? So we'll discuss this. इस साक्ष्य की सीमाओं के बारे में हम अलग अलग पॉइंट्स में डिस्कस करेंगे. The first is about technical limitations. Means जो तकनीकी थी उसकी भी कुछ सीमाएं थी. For example, the letters which were written were not clear. जो अक्षर उस अभिलेख में मिले ये आवश्यक नहीं था कि वे पूर्णतः स्पष्ट हों. इसी परिप्रेक्ष्य में we can speak about the descriptions which were found damaged. जो अभिलेख मिले ये जरूरी नहीं था कि वह पूर्णतः सुरक्षित मिले. तो अगर अभिलेख सुरक्षित नहीं मिले तो how can we prove the letters which were written and which were deciphered were accurately the same which were really written on those inscriptions? We cannot be sure about it. And then comes about the incidents. The second point you can say, the incidents which were mentioned on those inscriptions. We can say about the time and the place where that incident took place. Means जिस समय और घटना और स्थान जिनसे संबंधित हमें अभिलेख मिले, क्या वे 100% सही थे? नहीं हो सकता है. Because all the incidents which had taken place, is it that they were all written completely? क्या वे सब कुछ का वर्णन उन्होंने उस अभिलेख में किया? शायद ऐसा भी ना हुआ हो कि 100% वही लिखा गया जो घटित हुआ, जिस समय घटित हुआ या जिस स्थान पर घटित हुआ. आप देखती हैं कई बार लिखा रहता है ओपिनियंस ऑफ द हिस्टोरियंस. इट इज एसेस्ड, मीन्स अनुमान लगाया गया, इतिहासकारों का कहना है. सो दैट ऑल्सो इज नॉट वेरी श्योर दैट विच एवर inscription was found was completely telling only about the certain incident with its place and time. तो ये भी जरूरी नहीं था कि जिस इंस्क्रिप्शन ने जिस घटना के बारे में वर्णन किया वह उस स्थान और उस काल का 100% हमें जानकारी देने में सही है. Then comes the third, if we speak about the inscription which deals about a certain issue. जो अभिलेख हमें मिला, क्या वह अभिलेख उसी घटना के बारे में हमें मिला जिसकी जानकारी हमें मिली? और अगर मिला तो क्या जितने अभिलेख उस घटना से संबंधित लिखे गए पूर्णतः हमें प्राप्त हुए? Because it is said that, for example, out of 10 inscriptions, hardly 1 or 2 were found. So in this situation, can we say that the inscription which we found or which is translated was related to the same incident, to the same issue? Not much possible. So in this way also there is a doubt. It is assessed only that whatever is mentioned is a part of the incident which had taken place earlier. Then comes about publishing. क्या सारी घटनाओं को अंकित किया गया? Is it? No. We all know that only the important economic and political conditions were mentioned in the inscriptions. केवल महत्वपूर्ण राजनीतिक और अर्थव्यवस्था का वर्णन ही हमें अभिलेखों से प्राप्त हुआ. खास करके यह अभिलेख उन्हीं के द्वारा लिखा जाता था जिनको इनकी जानकारी थी या जो उस लिपि की जानकारी रखते थे. तो ऐसी स्थिति में ये संभव नहीं था that for each and every class of the society we have got the detail in the inscription, especially the local people. क्या हम उनके दैनिक जीवन की वास्तविकता से अवगत हैं? शायद नहीं. क्या हम उनके मनोरंजन के साधन जो सचमुच सही में वही थे जिनके बारे में हम जानते हैं? एग्जाम्पल, अगर हम मनोरंजन के साधन शिकार को कहते हैं, हंटिंग को बोलते हैं, दैट हंटिंग वाज वन ऑफ द मीन्स ऑफ एंटरटेनमेंट, कह सकते हैं हम, क्योंकि अगर वो जंगल के आसपास रहते थे तो जरूर शिकारी होंगे, तो ये शायद उनके मनोरंजन का साधन था. लेकिन इसके अतिरिक्त और भी शायद साधन होते होंगे मनोरंजन के जिसका वर्णन हमें अभिलेखों में नहीं मिलता है. And one more point, if we speak about the languages of the script, is it in all the languages which the script was written was coded? क्या वह अभिलेख जितनी भाषाओं में, जिन लिपियों में लिखे गए, क्या उनको कोड किया जा सका? क्या उसका रिकॉर्ड रखा जा सका? क्या सारी लिपियों को स्पष्ट किया जा सका है आज तक? शायद नहीं. हो सकता है अभी भी कुछ गुप्त अभिलेख हैं जिनकी जानकारी हमें नहीं है. ये तो पूर्णतः सच है कि जितने अभिलेख उस काल में लिखे गए हमें सभी उपलब्ध नहीं है. शायद उसका 1/4 भाग ही हमें उपलब्ध है जिनकी जानकारी भी पूर्णतः स्पष्ट नहीं हो पाई. Because the historians and the epigraphist means the people, those who study about the ancient inscriptions. पुरातत्व लेखा, जो पुरातत्वों के बारे में लिखते हैं, what do they see? They see only the inscription which was found and whatever was translated, it is true or not. Can it be believed? They do not go and find out that is it really all the inscriptions which are detailed, are they really relating to each other? Maybe not. That is why now also there are issues on which the historians have doubt. Clear, children? I hope so. You have no doubt in this chapter. Today we have finished the chapter. In the coming day, the next session, you will be given the assignment. So try to go on with the chapter, go on with the details which are given, go on with the topics which are discussed daily. Try to do it, children, so that you are clear whatever is explained. Okay, thank you, class.